Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, as you can definitely tell, I haven't posted in a while. I know that the last time I posted it was a CD collection, part 1. I promise part 2 is coming, but today I wanted to discuss something. As you guys know, I got married at 23, and a lot of people I've heard have said that you shouldn't get married under the age of 25. I'm going to share my thoughts on this. I feel like some things that can prevent that from being an issue is when you start dating someone, make sure you set the intentions of what you're looking for before you even go into dating someone. Me and Alex, we were long distance our whole entire dating engagement period of life up until we got married last year. We knew what we were getting into. We talked about it. He, of course, asked me, "Are you sure you wanna? You sure you wanna go into a relationship? I live all the way in Massachusetts and you're in Texas." Talked about the realistic potential of the relationship. I would just say something that's important when you're going and thinking about something so serious as marriage or just setting your intentions. So, for example, when I first initially got into the relationship with Alex, the get-go, the first thing I said was, I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking for lifetime partnership. I'm looking for kids one day. That's what I'm looking for. And I was very clear with him. I'm not going to stir on my faith or belief for anything. The things that I said to him before we even started dating, that was like the first conversation we ever had. So he already knew what I was going into the relationship looking for. He knew that when it came to marrying me, there was going to be a lot of things that he had to agree with. So that's something that's very important. You have to make sure you both are on the same page before you get into the relationship, because that prevents you from 5 years into the relationship realizing that the person's not really looking for the same thing, and that can prevent like breakups and heartbreaks and, you know, arguments and things like that. So you need to make sure you're growing on your own. It's mentally, physically, whatever it is, you have to make sure that you're keeping in check with yourself. For me, it was a very extreme check-in for myself. I had to put myself in the hospital because I was going through a lot of mental issues that I needed to have rest immediately. So I did that. I have medications, you know, so I figured myself out and made sure I grew as a person to make myself better for Alex, a better example for him, a better future wife for him, anything like that. I also would say something that helped us, of course, most people do this. People before they get married, they do couple counseling with a pastor or a trusted elder of the church. That's what we did. Shout out to Miss Gloria. She's probably gonna watch this video and see me talking about her. Hi. She helped us with that. And I would also say something that's really important is just know exactly what you're getting into, because marriage is not something to throw around. It's not a game. It's not playing house. It's none of those things. It's important to know that this is forever. When you marry someone, it's meant to last forever. It's a sacred thing between you and your partner. It's a very serious and sacred agreement. Don't play with it. Make sure when you're going into marriage, you talk about your goals for your future, or if you want kids, make sure you're making that clear to your partner that you're wanting kids and how many kids you're wanting and what exactly you see career-wise for your future. It's very important that you communicate with them what you're looking for and what you hope to do in the future. It makes the pathway clear for what you're both looking for, and it prevents issues. I also would like to point out, I'm 23. A lot of people would say that 23 is very young to get married. In my opinion, personally, and it's different for everyone, I personally feel like age doesn't equal maturity. Age doesn't necessarily equate to if you're ready for it or not. I would say make sure you're 100% sure what you're doing. Marriage is a serious, like I said, it's a serious thing. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's serious. And people involved, you have feelings, you have things that can happen if you're not communicating correctly. So that's very important. I'm only 23, and I'm one to talk because my mom actually got married the day after she turned 20. So I'm one to talk. But personally for me, I don't think that age equals whether or not you should get married. I think it's the time you spend with the person, the more you learn about them as a human being, the more that you're sure that this is the path that God has for you. That's how I view it. Now, of course, a lot of people would argue differently, but I think the one most important thing foremost is making sure that you're praying and making sure that you are talking to God about this, because it's a very, like I said, serious decision. You have to make sure that you're sure that this is what God wants for you. I automatically knew when Alex came into my life that God was doing something for both of us. I knew from the get-go that this was gonna be forever. I had that gut feeling. Now, I did a lot of self-work. I did a lot of faith work. We did a lot of work growing together as two people, but it's still a very serious thing. I think you should think of marriage as a tattoo. Like, would you go get a tattoo if you weren't sure if you wanted it? Would you do that? No, you wouldn't, because it wouldn't make any sense to do that if you weren't ready for the tattoo, or, you know, whatever it is. It's just a metaphor. Don't go out and get a tattoo, guys. I don't recommend that. But I'm just trying to make some sort of metaphor out of that, is that marriage is just as serious as getting a tattoo. It's permanent. It's forever. It should not be a temporary thing. It's meant to last forever. I think it's very important to love each other, whatever the situation is, financially, spiritually, whatever it is. It's very important to love them and meet them where they are. That is what makes all the difference in a relationship. Getting married young, it's something that a lot of people do. I feel like a lot more people my age get married than people think and realize. We really do. People even younger than 23 get married, like my mom. Or a lot of people do it and they feel like they're ready. That is just a personal decision. But for me, this is how I have dealt with it. Sorry, I know I'm playing with my hair. I'm sure you're talking about finances, jobs. Come to each other with any issue. You should face head on first before you even try to move past. You need to make sure you're being open and honest with them about whatever's going on. Whether it's, okay, I lost my job, or okay, this is how much money I'm making. It's very important to be honest, communicate, continuously work on yourself. And I feel like with all those things, you should have a very successful time getting married. If you're not ready to get married, that is totally fine. And literally date, you know, for longer, because some people they can't afford to get married right away. How I knew God had blessed us dating. The dating and the marriage came very soon, and I figured that was God telling me that it was time to do it, because we had the finances, we were ready for it. And I know not everyone is when the opportunity comes, so make sure you're praying, you're thinking about it, you're communicating with them about what you're still looking for and if you're ready for it. It's just a very serious thing, and I feel like that can prevent any sort of heartbreak. I have dated multiple guys before Alex. It always turned out in disaster because I wasn't trusting God first. After a while, I was like, look, God, I give up. If I'm not meant to get married, if I'm not meant to date anyone, you do what you're supposed to do. That's when I met Alex, ironically, because God always knows. I think that it's just very important to know what you're wanting before you decide to get into a relationship. Make sure your intentions are clear. Just talk about all the important things. All of it. Because don't talk about what you're looking for or the severity of what you're about to do, then it can cause a lot of problems. I 100% recommend and stand by premarital counseling. It's very important. I think that it should be something that everyone does. You learn so much about each other, and you learn so much about the decision you're about to make. Gloria, one of the ladies at my church, which Alex and I love her, she's awesome. She's so wise, she's so smart. She's been married to her husband, I believe, for like 50 years. So she had a lot of advice to give. So I would say make sure you're getting those counseling sessions in personally, like on your own, if you need that. If you need extra counseling for yourself, or you need, extra help, I 100% stand by that, recommend that, because as you know, it saved me. It helped me a lot. I recommend doing premarital counseling. That's something that would be really helpful. So I just thought I would share my experience. I hope this video helped you guys. I promise part 2, my CDs are literally right here, guys. They're right here in this box. I will try my best to film another part 2 of my CD collection. I just have so many, it's actually ridiculous. I'll try to film that probably tomorrow after work or something. I might film that. I just wanted to share this. This is of course, my opinion, how I feel about my marriage, how I feel about marriage in general and dating and all those things. And it's okay if you guys don't agree with me. That does not hurt my feelings. I understand if you don't. For me, I was always raised that marriage is sacred, marriage is serious, marriage and God are connected at all points. Stay strong in your faith. If you get, in a relationship, just make sure you know what you're doing before you even talk about marriage or any of those things. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Just wanted to share these thoughts with you, and if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? The subscribe button is right down there. Just press it. Like, what are you waiting on? Subscribe. You can comment if you have any video ideas or advice you want me to speak about in the next video. My social medias will probably be in the description. I usually put them there. I guess we'll find out. So they might be there. You can follow me on all of my platforms. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, by the way, because if you don't hit that, it won't notify you every time I post. So make sure you do that, and I should see you guys in the next video, and maybe a singing video at some point this week. We'll see. Anyways, love you guys, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.